Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today, this evening, wherever you are in the world? I wanted to do a reading, a bit of an update, a check-in on the US and Iran situation. For those that have commented on my previous reading, thank you so much for your comments. I do read every one. Thank you for those people that have sent me emails and donations. Thank you. Your support of the channel is very much appreciated. Now, I'm going to ask just 3 questions today, or I always say that and then I go, oh, one more. But those of you who have been wanting the update on Iran and US, you will have been seeing the coverage. We had Trump bumbling around saying things like, we did this to prevent a war, not start a war. And of course they, Pompeo, etc., even Netanyahu from Israel, who's echoing Washington talking points, is saying that, you know, that there's a right to defend oneself. And, you know, Pompeo and others are suggesting that we did this to prevent an escalation or to de-escalate something. Now, of course, those of us who are on the ground now and looking at this and then seeing the mass rallies, the mass protests, the general that was assassinated was well loved in the US, was one of the prime generals that stopped the march of ISIS towards taking over their country. Now, the US is saying they did what they did to defend themselves. Experts are saying that we need more evidence of this credible threat. We need more evidence that there was an imminent threat. That is the only, I guess, evidence that would justify what some are branding as an assassination. So where's the evidence? Let's have a look at the evidence of the imminent threat to the US that would justify the action that the US took. Now back to Iran. Okay, so they have said that there will be a retaliation. They are mourning this general. He will be buried, and of course there will be that outpouring of grief. Experts are also suggesting that Iraq is so, the Iraqi general was also assassinated, is so, I guess, they're so outraged, I guess is the right word, that the Iraqi parliament may take a vote for asking the US to leave their country. Now, when the politicians were asked about this, they seemed to be a bit unequivocal, saying, we'll see, we'll see. If that did occur, if Iraqi parliament voted to expel the US from their country, the US didn't leave, then that's an occupation. So did Trump know that he would, this, rather than a de-escalation, there would be precisely the opposite. There would be an escalation. So that's the question, and where is the evidence? Again, where is the evidence of the imminent attack? And did they do this to escalate rather than de-escalate? Because it seems that everybody can see that things will start to escalate now. Let's have a look at will Iran retaliate? Will the Iran government retaliate against the assassination of their what is the third most powerful man in the country? Someone who is actually will unite Iranians in their grief. Will Iran retaliate? Yeah, they will. Of course they will. So we've got the Emperor here. This is usually my card for Trump. Now, behind the Emperor is a lot of fire. This could also be the Ayatollah as well and his generals. There will be some kind of attack back in response. But it's challenge. Okay, now I'm getting the lay of the land here, as usual. We have the Emperor, who is Trump. We have the challenge as the King of Pentacles, money. So control is being challenged by business interests. Now, I did see an interesting clip around what stocks have fallen, what has risen, and of course oil and gas stocks have risen. Weapons manufacturers' stocks have risen. Those that provide arms, those businesses, companies that provide arms, their stocks have risen, and of course tech and the usual staples, if you like, have dropped. So there's movement in the stock market, really mirroring this situation. Who benefits? The question should be asked, who benefits when those oil and stock prices rise? Again, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, but this is also the coin as well, in new investment opportunities. Will Iran retaliate? The aces are also a yes card. And the Three of Pentacles. Again, a plan that may have been hatched by more than one person. It could be that Iran is working towards some kind of plan in tandem with others as well, perhaps Iraq, perhaps Russia, who knows. There's a lot of pentacles in this reading, which again came forward in my last reading, showing that it is less about the welfare of the Middle East, around their culture and their land and their territory, respecting that, and more about the money here. Yes, with this Tower card, and this is a fairly strong card. This is in the potential future. There looks like there could be some bombing being undertaken, whether that's firing on Israel or whether that's attacks on US assets. There will be some sort. The Tower is a very strong card. There will be some retaliation. We've got the Nine of Wands. This is putting a boundary around something. This is battle fatigue. Let's keep going. Justice is occurring right now. So there's a karmic aspect to this situation in the Middle East. There's either an injustice. Let's have a look at what has been the environment around this Justice card. There will be some. I'm feeling there will be some challenges around whether or not the Trump had the right to authorize this or instigate this attack. This could also be the courts and Congress, but this, I think, also is the outpouring of grief in the Middle East around what the US has done. With this Tower card, I wonder if Trump knew that rather than de-escalate, he would escalate, and whether or not that plays into another plan that we know nothing about. The hopes and the fears, there is this hidden shadow side to things. This is not going to get any better anytime soon. This is actually going to escalate. The Seven of Pentacles, there will be a review undertaken. This is around understanding that longer-term goals are not going to be reached. It could be the US national security as well. The falling of the dollar, the US dollar, could be another factor there. And we've got the King of Cups. Again, this new energy moving through away from the King of Pentacles. I think as time goes on, over the next weeks, we'll see that there was some kind of monetary goal here. The Eight of Pentacles, again, rebuilding foundations, a lot of work needing to be done. We've got disappointment, and we've got this Hierophant card that came forward before. I'm getting a real pull to the threes, and the Hierophant can be the courts and can be Congress. Did Trump have that legal authority? White House lawyers are saying that he did because he's authorized to attack when there's an imminent threat. Well, where is the evidence of the imminent threat? But I am getting the Three of Wands. I'm getting a lot of threes here, and we've got loss and heartbreak, and of course that toxicity, devil, greed and avarice. So this is something around money here. I have to say that I think it was Maxine Taylor, the astrologist, does a Trumpology report each month. And in that, she saw that Trump would be getting some kind of payment for something. escalation, really at the end of the day, what is occurring here now has to do with the United States national security and making sure that the United States is secure. Did this action de-escalate or escalate? Because it looks like Iran is going to, with that Tower card, they may review the intensity of the attack, but with that Tower card there is the potential for Iran to come back very strongly and attack, go on the offensive here or the defensive. Let's have a look at why they did it, why the assassination, why did they do it? Of course, I keep getting all those pentacles. Again, it's in Israel's interest for the United States to come in here, and in Saudi Arabia's as well. And whether or not Russia will align and with Iran and assist Iran, including China. Okay, did they? Why did they do this? Why did they assassinate this general? Why did the US? Why did Trump order the assassination? Why did Trump? There's a 3. There's always a 3. And there's that commerce and expansion card. Stocks of oil and gas have risen, and our staples, our tech stocks, have decreased. Why did Trump order this assassination? 3,000 troops being sent, or 7,000. I've seen in 2 different news reports. US troops going to the Middle East. The Queen of Swords. There is an aspect of taking the focus away from his impeachment, without a doubt. Okay, why did Trump assassinate this general in Iran? Why? Iraq, he was assassinated in Iraq, I think. Why did Trump assassinate this general, this Iranian general and Iraqi general too? Why did Trump do this? Okay, so we've got the Fool card, new starts, resetting something. It's a perilous and a risky strategy. We've got the challenge to this investment, new investment streams, currencies, money. Money is at the root of this. Truth. Here is our sword of truth. To prevent the truth coming forward, to stop the truth coming forward. Something to do with his past, okay, to take the focus away from his past. Disappointment, vindictiveness, taking, again, the focus away from his impeachment and putting it on to something far more dramatic, far more perilous. This was a risky strategy that he undertook. He is trying to spin it now. Did he know? The 10 of Pentacles. This is also around to profit in some way. This is my card for the Trump organization, to profit in some way. The environment around building, money coming in, and we've got the 7 of Swords, deception in the fear position, lies. Okay, we know that he lies. We've got death. We've got destruction, we've got endings, we've got balancing the scales here, and we've got a plan that was hatched within, to come to fruition within time. Manipulation, we've got the Lovers, that's Trump himself, and we've got the harsh truth that was coming forward. I feel that he did it for a number of reasons. Within that reading, I see taking the focus away from his impeachment, preventing some sort of truth coming forward. This situation is also ties in the past, and it has there's a lot of pentacle cards here. There's death and destruction on the horizon. We know that Trump only does things to benefit himself. There are, as I said, a lot of those pentacle cards there. One more question: did they have contingency plans in place when they did this? Because straight after the assassination came the order for every US citizen to evacuate Iraq. Okay, so did they foresee this? Is, really wouldn't have been the other way around. or taking some sort of action without warning Americans to get out of that country. They put their own people in jeopardy, is what I'm seeing. They put a mark on their own people in taking this action. Are they aware of what they've unleashed? Because that's really the bottom line with that Tower card. Are they aware of what they unleashed? Have they got contingency plans in place? Are they aware of what they unleashed? Are there contingency plans in place? Quite simply, people are tired, including the Americans, of being deluded over these Middle Eastern wars, these weapons of mass destruction, these assassinations without on foreign soil without evidence being produced of an imminent threat. Choices, having to make choices. The obstacles and challenges, the partisan nature of politics in the US at the moment. How could you get clarity on this situation with this political environment in the US at the moment? Let's have a look at the foundation of the reading, justice. Okay, so justice being done, justice will be done, something remaining hidden in the past. The Star of Hope, I'm glad some positive cards are coming forward. Decisions, the Crossroads card. Some people need to take the blindfold off around this. This isn't an act of patriotism. This is an act from Trump, which has ties to his past, which is heavily accentuated by monetary interests, which didn't have a contingency plan, which did put Americans in danger, which did escalate the situation. I'm taken back to that full card, a perilous act. There will be marshalling of troops, as we can see. There will be soldiers mobilised. There are things that are being hidden from our view, and we've got the Five of Pentacles, the hopes and the fears. People, it is again the innocent civilians that will be broken by this. Will be forced to leave their homelands. This movement of population, again we have the talking points and the spin, an offer being made, the Chariot, something coming forward very quickly, and the Queen of Wands. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that Knight of Cups because he's come up twice now. We've got investigation of Trump's action, I think, in the Congress. This is where the congressional oversight comes in that I saw in my previous reading. This is the Democrats, and we've got the Three of Wands. Around this commerce and trade aspect of things, there is high levels of anxiety in America at the moment, and it is around the challenge to their security that Trump, the businessman, actually does pose. We do have that Star of Hope there. We do have the Queen of Wands, this movement, this political movement to bring the truth forward. Justice is there in those readings. Trump is trying to evade justice, I feel. All right, so one more. Will the true motivation for this strike, this perilous strike, will that true motivation ever be known? Will he be held accountable for authorising this attack when really Congress should have been informed? Not even the Republicans. Only one Republican, Lindsey Graham, that I know of so far was informed because he was golfing with Trump. No Democrats were informed at all, and including Burr, who is the Republican head of, I think it is the Foreign Intelligence, is it the Intelligence Committee? He also wasn't informed. So will Trump be held accountable by Congress for his actions? Will Trump be held accountable by Congress for his actions? Okay, we've got an abuse of power suggesting that he has, despite the White House lawyers, he has abused his power. This evidence of an imminent threat needs to be produced. There will be boundaries put up. So I do see Congress acting in some way, but we've got the partisanship here to contend with. Yeah, this abuse of power, he has, things are going to get a whole lot worse in the Middle East as a result of his actions, and it's going to highlight that abuse of power. The Nine of Pentacles, freedom, independence. He's going to have to defend his right to have authorised that attack. We've got the Democrats in the House seeking to put boundaries around this president and contain him. We've also got, I think, from the Republicans as well, the Seven of Pentacles, this trying, I think, looking at the need to restrict Donald Trump, and this King of Cups energy moving through, which is far more focused on transparency and the truth than hiding things and hiding agendas. So I feel that Congress will have something to say now. They will actually take some sort of action. The legality of what Donald Trump will be called into question, close question. This situation in the Middle East with the Tower card coming forward twice will escalate, not de-escalate, as a result of this assassination of this Iranian general. So I'll leave that there. That's a quick update. I don't want to stay too long. As you know, from my bushfire reading, my focus is on that today, and staying calm and cool at home. I am safe. We are safe. But others are not. So I'll leave that there, viewers. Thank you again for your support. A quick update on Iran and US.